What will be today's video about?
Oh my god. Perfection. Oh my god. It's unbelievable. Little mistakes here and there.
This pretty much sums it up. Welcome to Macau. Macau is a special administrative region of China, just like Hong Kong. It was a Portuguese colony for 400 years, and that left its mark on the local culture. Its size is smaller than the amount of sensible decisions in a casino. But as small as it is, its revenue from gambling is huge. So big that it actually surpasses Las Vegas in terms of that. That's why they call it the gambling capital of the world. We are heading towards that weird-looking building right there. It's called the Grand Lisboa Hotel. Our restaurant is located in that dome. It's 230 meters up in the air. That's where we are going. I have a certain, really strong reason to believe that this restaurant is gonna be awesome. I will tell you about it later. But first, let's see what we have for today. The restaurant opened in 2001, and it's located in the renowned Lisboa Hotel to this very day. It originally wore the name Robuchon a Galleria. There was a renovation in the hotel in 2011, and they moved the restaurant to the Dôme. The new location offered a chance for a new name, an obvious new name. Joël Robuchon au Dôme. This is the only 3-star in the region, and those stars stood the time. The restaurant gained its 3rd Michelin star in 2009, and has been holding it since then. After climbing up to the top with 2 elevators and a short walk on the stairs, we are finally seated. I ran a quick tour with my eyes and couldn't decide where to look. The interior is quite impressive. A lot of things were racing for our attention. The handmade steinway grand piano, enormous vases, art pieces, and this huge ceiling with a gigantic chandelier. The vibe painted by the live piano music and this magnificent giant space is truly elegant. My favorite piece is that chandelier. It was made of more than 131,000 pieces of Swarovski. The overall picture is a bit antique.
You can feel the time, like in everywhere. Even in the color settings, the little mistakes here and there.
Still nice, but not fresh. There are small signs about this place being open for many years. Some of the utensils have definitely been through a lot.
Heavy usage, you can see there.
I can imagine how beautiful this design must have been when the restaurant opened. On the other hand, the inside of the Dôme is breathtaking. And the most important thing, it is still cozy and feels very good to sit here. It's French luxury. It's time to get some fuel for today. I usually pick the wine from the wine list, but not today. I know what I want, and it's gonna be something special. But before that, let's have some bites. An eye-watering sight rolls in on 4 wheels. A bread trolley.
Comté cheese bread, spinach, mini croissant.
There are so many, and each of them is so tempting that I can't even decide. But the gentleman was kind enough to have mercy on us and offered a basket with various breads. I always praise bread and butter. Always will. Exceptional wines, perfect bread, heavenly butter, and live music. Simple things, great pleasure. Honestly, if this was it, I would be perfectly satisfied.
Oh my god.
Just listen to that sound.
Champagne, bread basket and butter. Done.
Good combination.
To tell you the truth, I checked on the wine list a day before our arrival. And oh boy, I knew I was gonna love this place. But there was one specific item that woke the devil in me. I'm going for something you, old-timer viewers, would expect from me. A Krug 1996.
Oh my god. It's unbelievable.
I will come back here anytime just for this bread, butter, music, and this bottle of Krug.
I just wanted to say that I just can't stop eating bread. It's just perfection.
We have 3 options for dinner. There is an a la carte menu, which I don't feel today. We have a seasonal menu with 10 courses for $460. That sounds good. But there is a small thing to keep in mind. A certain type of very expensive mushroom is in season on the other side of the world. You know what I'm talking about. So we go for the third option, which is extravagant truffle menu for $560. We will have 8 courses, including cheese and dessert trolleys, and so much white truffle that one might feel guilty about it. But no, not me. The first appetizer is a gondola-shaped parsley leaf with Comté cheese. Intense but balanced flavors, crunchy, creamy, a kick of umami, pure perfection. The next artwork is one of Robuchon's most iconic creations, Le Caviar Imperial. It's imperial caviar on king crab, floating in the middle of crustacean jelly with cauliflower mimosa. We also get a potato cracker with some cream and, of course, white truffle. Imagine the work that goes into this dish. It has to be perfect every single time. I feel like an elephant in the porcelain store. Feels so bad to ruin it. There is no storytelling in it, no show-offs. This is pure, elegant gastronomy. Everything on this plate is perfect.
I'm lucky enough. I had several 1996 Magnum Krug. 1996 was a strong vintage, so I enjoyed the small bottles as well. But they are rare and sometimes super expensive. But here we have a really nice deal. 5,500, something like that.
Something smells good.
It smells something amazing.
And it's coming towards us. I'm not sure if it's the scallop spaghetti or that box of white truffles. As it turns out, both. So this is a turban of spaghetti, stuffed with scallop, served with noli prat sauce. And what makes it even better is this.
Beautiful.
Most of these dishes follow the same recipes for 30 years. That means 2 things. They are not new, not innovative. But also, they are so good that they didn't have to change them for decades. And I can verify this latter statement. They still feel very young. One would call these boring, but I love French cooking, and it is still really hard to beat. I took some time to enjoy the piano music between 2 glasses. And meanwhile, someone slid into my IG DMs. Turns out the pianist there is the father of one of my kind viewers. Such a small world. You have an amazing father. The by the glass options are just mind-blowing. I even have to take off my glasses for a moment to wipe my tears. Other than the Krug, I didn't plan to do anything crazy today. But what could I say?
You have pussas by the glass? Yeah, sure. Okay.
I always find myself in situations like this. So I ordered a glass of Pouligny Montrachet Le Pucelle and the 2009 Clos de Vougeot.
Yes.
This is the most impressive trolley I have ever seen.
Yes, yes.
Wanna see how you can spend $100 easily?
How is the 2002 Crystal? Is it nice now?
Oh, sure. You would like a glass?
Yes. I want to try it. Yes.
Be careful, my friends. That could be the consequence of an innocent question.
Yeah, it's super closed.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Crystal needs more time, right?
Oh, yes, yes. More time.
Name a more iconic sight. And what's in the glasses is even more iconic. I don't know what's happening or where my plans for today went sideways. But I'm already here. I surrender. There is nothing to do. Next will be our main dish. That, my friends, is a chicken. Somewhere inside that thing, which is a pork bladder. I imagine this cooking style is similar to sous vide, but in an organic way. I still enjoy old school. What really matters is the treasure inside. The breast chicken. They took it back to the kitchen to carve it up. But you might think that if Robuchon isn't here anymore, then who is holding the knife? Well, that would be Julien Tongurien. He practically grew up on the side of Robuchon and learned the ropes under his watch. More than 25 years have passed since he started working for him. And when Robuchon passed, he became one of those who picked up the torch and kept his legacy alive. He wasn't shy to put more weight on his shoulders. Besides Robuchon au Dôme in Macau, he is also the executive chef of L'Atelier de Joël Robuchon in Hong Kong. After cutting it up, we have our portions. They are huge. I'm not used to having this much on a single plate. But if something, then this is an authentic French dish. Nice meat, blanched vegetables, and a rich sauce, which in this case is their famous foie gras sauce. Let's not forget our special extra that comes with the menu. More white truffle. We also get a chicken broth to cleanse our palate. Just like Steve Jobs said, one more thing. The world-famous potato puree. It is considered the best mashed potatoes in the world. That this silky yellow treasure is an important piece of culinary history. Talking about history, it's time to talk a bit about the man himself. His name is Joël Robuchon. He was just 12 when he started his journey, but it wasn't about cooking at all. He was about to be a priest. Thank God, he changed his mind. But we have other things we can be grateful to God for. Robuchon was helping in the seminary kitchen when he got the taste for it. Then, at the age of 15, he started to climb the ladder. By 29, he was already a head chef and a brigade of 90 men were under his command.
De Joël Robuchon.
He opened his very first restaurant in Paris in 1981. Its name was Jamin. And this was the first restaurant at that time which got its start in 3 consecutive years. That means by its 3rd year, it was a 3 Michelin star restaurant. Not bad, right? You know, it's hard to pick what to tell from his long and successful career. In 1989, he was chosen by Gourmet as the chef of the century. At his time, he was the most decorated chef with a record of 32 Michelin stars. He was also a great teacher, many big names learned from him. Even Gordon Ramsay spent some time under his wings. And not many people can tell they threw a plate to Gordon Ramsay. What brought all this success was probably his culinary philosophy. He was on the top of the wave that reformed French cuisine. It was complex, difficult, and Robuchon concentrated on simplicity. Few ingredients, big flavors. That brings us back to the pomme puree, which is a perfect example of that philosophy. This restaurant feels like a beautiful museum. I respect that. The ingredients are next level. Every single part of this dish is beautiful and executed perfectly. This is the most old school dish I have seen in a while. And if someone asks me what would I choose, a super innovative new molecular creation or this, I wouldn't even blink. Half a kilo of chicken with half a kilo of truffle. Thank you very much. I'm okay with that. Before the dessert, we step on one of the cornerstones of French fine dining. The cheese trolley. A lot of bread, a lot of cheese, some of the best in the world. After all these strong flavored cheeses, we obviously need to clean our palate. A yuzu sorbet with a crunchy meringue, tangerine and the French vodka jelly. Cold, beautiful acidity, refreshing, different layers of textures. So well balanced, sensational. I didn't know where the yuzu started and where the tangerine ended. What I do know is 62% of you are not subscribed yet. In some cultures, it qualifies as a deadly sin. So this is the time to correct your mistakes by hitting the subscribe button. They asked us if we want to have a dessert wine. I wasn't sure, but then they showed us the menu for the dessert wines. It was hard not to faint. I'm already a sinner today anyway. So of course, let's try something. This is actually not just something. This is a Chateau d'Yquem from 1995. It's also a crazy by-the-glass option. Another trolley rolls in, this time with sweet bites. Let's just take all this home and get the trolley back tomorrow. I'm pretty sure they would allow us to do that. But in the end, I chose some really French, really iconic sweets, like millefeuille, opera slice and rhubarb. Still not finished with the guilty pleasures. This is truly luxurious dining. Look at all those things. A square meal. But we ended up with some ice cream and freshly baked madeleines. Just in case if the calories weren't enough yet. And that was it for today. No, just kidding, not yet. Traffic is crazy here. It's the third trolley in 10 minutes. And of course, we have to jump on it. Some macarons, some cookies, it's like a never-ending joy park. But obviously, it has an end. And it is now. This time, for real. Our total for today is around $2,200 for two. We had a really good time. Wine is important for me, and this place might have the strongest wine list in the world, at least from what I have seen so far. Although I knew what I wanted, I have to highlight the sommelier. She knows her craft very well, and she was a true professional during the whole night. Also, it is important to mention that unlike many great sommeliers, she has the chance to taste the real priceless, brutally good wines, and that have to develop her skills a lot. Another praise goes to her waiter, who was such a nice soul and an immaculate professional. He was kind, played along with my unquestionably tired jokes, and meanwhile provided an absolutely errorless service. Last but not least, the kitchen. These dishes have been around for more than 30 years. Amazing how after Robuchon's passing, the staff still executes them perfectly. People like Julien keep this place going. Robuchon was a real teacher and unquestionably a definitive person of this business. But tonight showed that he also had amazing students, and they are doing an amazing job keeping his legacy alive. I won't say that this kind of dining is time resistant. The world is definitely changing, and as I see, the fine dining we knew for decades is fading away. I don't know how long these restaurants will stand, but I will be one of those guests who comes back from time to time. That's for sure. And that does it for this episode. Thank you for joining me. If you like this video, hit subscribe. See you next time.
You can call me stupid.